www.bis.gov.in. Here, if you see, we have the different tabs: the home, standards of the week, standard of the month, new standards, revised standard, know your standard, snap. So these information you can easily go through. There is a public domain. Through know your standard, if we just click on know your standard, it will direct you to another page. Here, this information, if you want to say, if you are aware of there is standard on a particular field is there, or if you want to know standard is there or not, we can search in 2-3 ways in there. If we have a standard number, anyone have any idea of any standard number? If they can say any standard they are aware of. So just like they have mentioned, there are 15453 these water bottles. So for this, all these results have come up. So we can search it through the standard number as well as the keyword. If we click on the keyword and mention any keyword you want to search. Sir, I mentioned drinking, but if you have any suggestions what you want to search as a keyword on the standard, please.
Sir, can we search any ISO standards which are correspondingly there as the Bharat standards here?
That could be there, but that's not in public domain. That is in after login. After login, that we could done, but there is a way for that also. Most of the standards which we adopt as an ISO standard, that's mostly in the single numbering. So, for example, the management system standard related to the information security, that is ISO ISC 27001. So if I search through IS number search, and I type it 27001. So these results, this is the standard which is the Indian standard, which is based on ISO IC standard. Through this way you can search. Even the titles, we typically don't change the ISO IC standards when we adopt it as Indian standard. So in that way, if you search through keyword, that could be also way out. So any keyword if you want to suggest, otherwise you just focus on which we want to inform you directly. Any you have any query that this is a field in which you want to have know about the standard is existing for this field or this area or not? Okay, so then this is that how you can go through the know your standards. So another one, the information, if we on this only, if we go to the standards tab, the
this is a very important thing which is showing, because when you are teaching the students, you want to know about whether any standard is existing for this particular subject or not. Then you can go to this website, search this, type the keyword and see whether any standard is there or not. So this is a very useful tool for you. Is it not? So if you go to that keyword and search to the keyword option, then you can know whether any standard is existing for the subject which you are teaching to the students. So you can relate that subject to that particular standard. So that will be useful in devising a curriculum also for the standards and standardization in your regular syllabus. So this is one of the basic things which you should know. So anything comes to your mind, you can tell him. We can demonstrate that how it is coming.
Because what we will be informing, what we are aware of. So it's better you give a wide guess.
You give a wide, because you are teaching the students, is it not? Say about IC engines. Any mechanical profession is there? So you can say something?
Sir, engineering drawing.
So you can
Actually,
engineering drawing. Keyword. Engineering drawing.
this is drawing karo.
So see, if we just engineering drawing, these are the keywords they have captured. We have a SP46 engineering drawing practices for schools and colleges, then tolerance for form and position of engineering drawings part 4. So these things come up. So that these keywords picked up and these are the informations. So if you know through keyword or through standards, these are the ways you can utilize this facility. And this information, I would say, not only the BIS website, if you could download the BIS Care app as well. This is also available on our mobile app, that you can go to the Play Stores, download the BIS Care app, know your standards and other facilities which will be informing you later on. That all these information directly through app you can search. So going back to the tab of the BIS home, standards. So all the information related to standards, if you want to download India standard, the technical departments you want to see, you want to see published standards, you want to propose a standard, all these informations are there. If we just click on the technical departments, these are the division council which were informing the 16 division councils. These are those technical departments, 16 departments, and this third column is informing the committees under that specific department, and then the subcommittees, the working group panels, even your team that who are the BIS officers, and the POW. This is the program of work of that department, and even we can go drill down to the sectional committees. Anything specifically you want to see, for example, if we go to the chemical department, we click to technical committees in the CHD. It is showing that these are the fields in the chemical department, these are the committees, these are the number of members, this is the member secretary. If you want to see their details as well, who all are there, if you click on any of the committees, any number, if you want to suggest, we can do that, or sir can pick anything there. And if you see, click on the view of details, this will show you the scope and the license committee, the ISO IC committee to which we are listening for this particular work. This information you can see for each and every committee of BIS. If we go to the tab again in which, sir, just where all the list of departments was there. Here program of work is there. If we click on any of the program of work of any of the department, because department will take you time for downloading, but we can keep it as it is. Once it is loaded, then we can just go civil engineering department. It also gives you the list. It will take time, I know, that's why this buffering is there. All the standards published by these committees to which this is listening, the standards which are still under development, standards which are under development, which stage, P draft stage, WC stage, or under publication stage, all these information would be available there. For example, this CD2, cement and concrete, scope is this, we are developing standards in this area, these are the liaison committees, this is the list of published standards, and after list of published standards, we would have the list of under development standards.
See, this is another way of seeing whether any standard is there or not. By looking in the POW, you can just go back and see whether any standard is there or not in the existing area where you are teaching. So this is another way of seeing it.
Just we want to just see this whatever as of now existing is for the cement and concrete. Just go there. This is giving you for whole the civil as of now there. We'll show you for one specific committees as well. This is, for example, this standards commit WC stage. What stage has been completed, so now these will be moving for our further publications as a final standard. So we can, I believe, go to managonline.in. We just go to managonline.in. This is also another website or domain of Bureau of Indian Standards. Here also this information is available. This particularly if you go to the standardization tab here, it will take you to the activities related to standardization. This joint technical committee, share your comments, propose your work items, download India standards. These things you can set. If you want to be a member of any committee, we can go to joint technical committee, but this will ask you for a login. And if we if any of you, you can do it your phone right now as well. You can just create your email ID, login ID. Anyone can create your login ID through your email ID and some details, basic details, your organization you're affiliated to. And then the list would come up of the committees, and you can pick and choose to which committee you want to be a member. Some specific requirements there are there that will come only after login, because our login won't show that. That's why I'm not showing that one. You have to provide your brief resume as well as the organization's authorization letter, because you will be representing from this the KLE. So your KLE's approval that you will be representing KLE there. So because it for organization can represent principal member, alternate member and young professional, so that KLE is aware that these are the people that will be representing their views on this committee. So that's why some organization letter, authorization letter is also there that you have to take internally and upload there. So and then ultimately that will come to our committees, and we will take a decision for the co-option that is particularly in positive way. On that website only, also this technical department that we show there, you can also check there. Published standards, new standards, revised standards, proposal for new standard. If we any proposals are there, or if you want to propose a standard, for that also you have to log in and then provide the information, basic information for proposing a standard. That what you want to achieve through that proposal, the scope, what is your aim and objective. Sir, if you can do your login, that newer kind of proposal, or my login, anyone.
No, login is not required.
But no, sir, submit a new proposal that will would be requiring, sir.
Proposal for new standard will come as a drop down this thing.
That ask for login. Without login, you can't submit. So just you click on the submit new proposal, that will also guide them that this would come there. So this is after login page, standards portal. This new work item proposal, submit NWIP. This information would be available for, some of the information would be available to you as well, that whatever proposals you have submitted and what is the action they get. If we want to submit, then this will be the kind of format in which you have to submit. You are selecting your organization, proposal name, email ID. This will automatically picked on because you will be logged in through your profile. Then title, what you are proposing, what do you give the title of that document. That would be a kind of draft at this stage only. And what you are proposing is a method of test, it's a proposal for terminology, it's for a system standards, safety standards. These aspects we have mentioned. You can choose what you are proposing based on that. And then define subject of standard, that what actually you are proposing. For example, I will give the example that what we are going to propose to ISO for AI systems, artificial intelligence systems. Reliability of AI systems is very much important. We give reliability in terms of literal, that we are trusting that whatever AI system is doing is as per our expectations or not there. Reliability is one of the characteristics of AI system, to trust that is there. But how do we measure reliability of AI system? That we are going to propose to international standardization in the next month. So that what we will be defining the scope of proposed standards. So we want to describe methods of measurement of reliability of a system. That's what. Similarly, you can think of your ideas and you can propose there. Just see while you are proposing whether something is already existing or not, and based on that propose that. And then purpose and justification, why this is required. For example, this in AI is very much because in reliability, if I do not have a trust on the AI system, whatever it is doing is as per the expected outcomes which I want to have from that, then it would be of no use. I would give the example of the system, the example which my committee members usually give for this AI system, that there is hypothetically you can take that their AI system has been developed which is giving you recommendations based on your retina, I would say your retinopathy is there. Based on that, they can predict whether in next few days or few months you could be diabetic or not. That this system is already there in one of the hospitals in the don't remember, it's in the Chennai or somewhere else, but that is already there. So, but they say that reliability of that system is 75%. So if they are predicting, and that is 75, 25% there could be chances of error. So this 25% in terms of percentage is a huge number. So that's the purpose of the system. That's why we want to say that reliability of an AI system, whenever it is being rolled out for any product, that should be measured, and only then it should be given. So that could be purpose and justification. So in that way, there are different that what users of standards, what would be their inputs, any standards you are aware of, or if you drill down, what are your expectations, then by when this standard should be available at the earliest, and specific problem what you think is being faced if this standard is not existing as of now. So all these information that the manufacturers are there, industry status, availability of testing facilities, these informations, and if you have any draft as well, the step, if you have an idea, if you have some document as well that this could be some initial requirements in that, that can also you attach to that, and that could be basis of development of that first working draft if it is approved. So in this way, another information are also there, but major information is that what you want to propose, why you want there is a requirement, and what is the status of industry and R&D facilities in as of now in the country for that. This should be there, and based on that, this proposal, this preparatory work draft outline, this would be all that. Funding information that can also be there. This would you submit, and then it will come to Bureau of Indian Standards or respective decision council. And one of the fields here was also the starting that if you are aware that in which of the technical committee this would fall. And for example, giving the area of artificial intelligence, if the cement is there, we have the plywoods there. So respective committees are there. If you are aware, then you can drill down to that committee as well. You have mentioned that in the proposal. Otherwise, you can leave it open, and we will, based on our internal discussion, inform you that in which it will be finalized and approved. So this is the way how you can propose the new work item proposal, sir.
Now, adding to what he is saying, for your kind information, recently that ISO/IEC 5339, it's a guidance document for AI. It has been published. And India has made a major contribution for this document. So already that AI is not.
Yes, sir, that's a guidance for AI applications.
So that AI is, the standardization on AI is already under process. And you'll be happy to know that India is making a major contribution to this.
That's ISO/IEC 5339 published last month. That was proposal from India. That's guidance for AI applications. Anyone want to develop an AI applications, then what major things they initially should look into, those details are there. I will be happy to explain those details if anyone want to, because I am the member secretary of that committee also. So then wide circulation drafts, we can see to this. This is the list of the drafts which are available for public inputs. Anyone, irrespective of whether a member or not, can go through this. If you see the draft, the second last column from there is there. You can go to document, you can download those document. There was a tab for the comment. You can close by close, and what is your specific change and why that change is required, that kind of comment we can give. For example, this 5.1 dimensions is there. It's mentioned that overall dimensions of cells, batteries, nominal voltage were shown in table 5A to 5E. If any change you feel that under 5A or 5E table is there, you could propose that you can propose. That comment tab was there in the previous window. This one, you can, through this, you can provide comment. But for all these things, the commenting and proposing, you have to have the login on BS website. You create login, and you can after that give the this. Then I would say published standards, that can also you can see. Then R&D projects that we are trying to cover here only. if you just click on R&D projects, it will take you this page and it will show you as of now what R&D projects are on the offer, which Bureau of Indian Standards Sectional Committees have thought of that these proposals could be there for R&D for development of a standard or revision of a standard, whatever they have done. These could be filtered by a specific committee, if you are aware, a specific department. There is a deadline given for submission of these. This is a continuous exercise. As of now, I believe 153 total R&D projects were on offer, and for all of these, 29th of Feb is the last date. If you want to provide a proposal on this, by 29th, this could be submitted, and these could have to be submitted in the hard copy to BIS. Okay, so sir, I just opened. In this R&D projects, what we have given is that terms of reference of R&D is there. What exactly this committee is thinking that R&D could be done in the field of that particular area. For example, sir has opened that artificial intelligence only. In artificial intelligence, ethics is the major concern. Under the ethics, what we were thinking that we are using the AI systems, or we are made to use AI system, whatever we can say it. This would ultimately and is having an impact on human psychology. But what would be that impact? There are positive impacts as well as the negative impacts. So what can we have a kind of study on this R&D project, that what is the impact of AI on human psychology, that we had emphasized there, and what do you need to do, that what kind of literature surveys need to be done. All this information we also have mentioned that we will be explaining in R&D projects, that the title is there, scope and objective is there, what need to be achieved through that R&D project, then what the committee is expecting, that how research should be done by literature survey of existing research papers in the area, discussions with the developers, discussions with the consumers. So these kinds of methodology we have mentioned. For each and every project it varies, and based on that you have to provide your proposal that we will explain later on. And apart from that, we have mentioned how you can provide your comments, how you can check technical development standards. What we can go through is SNAP. Sir, if we go to main website, our bs.gov.in, this one, SNAP is there, that is Standards National Action Plan. Under Indian National Standardization Strategy, we have developed this plan, which is for 5 years. Under what we want to develop as a kind of, you can say, action plan in next 5 years for each and every area. Some particular areas have been identified. Let's just open and then I will show you what all areas are in there. For example, I can inform you the standard action plan areas in electronics and IT field to which I belong. We have mentioned that particular areas: mobile device security, trustworthiness, IoT security, IoT ecosystem security. Then for PCB testing, we have mentioned an action plan. And similarly for other areas of electrical, civil, mechanical, for all these, what are the areas which we have thought of? That area is not that BIS have decided on their own. Those areas were decided based on the consultation with the relevant ministries, relevant industry association, and the committees which are responsible for standardization. Based on that, we have identified our national action plan, which is available on public website. You can go through. Once it would be loaded, we can show you that. And I believe that's all related to the digital initiative. We can, there's one thing that downloading, if we want to download standards as well. Indian standards which are indigenous standards, which are not adoption of ISO ISC, that you can download without any fee, just have to log in. This is the website standards. BSP that you can through this download Indian standard also you can go through, and there is a in the down also there is a sale of standards there, and there are multiple avenues, but that would be the easy one, download Indian standard. This will take you there. Here also you have to first register, and only then after that you can download the standard. That are without any fee. Whatever standard you want to download, you can just log in, just search here, similarly just we have searched there, and then you can download without any fees, but that is for your use only, not for further to be circulated. Whoever want to use, just go there, download and utilize those standards. So I believe that was all related to digital initiatives. We can switch to the slide of technical committees. Most of things I have already informed you, just in brief. Whatever is still missing, we will go through there. That's only the division council which I explained you in the morning. That's all the same structure. That's the scope of, for example, LATDC which I was showing you, that the field to which I belong. This is the scope of. This is also available in that public domain which I was showing, the 16 division council. There was last tab of view details. From that you can check that. Similarly, this is for Electro-Technical Division Council. All this information is all available on the BAS website. So some of the list of sectional committee, some of the standards which are recently developed, that we will inform you there. Otherwise, the list of committees, what all standards are there, that we showed you through the BAS website. All these could be checked there. So these are the some specific new sectional committees recently constituted by respective divisional councils. For MTD Ferro Alloy Sectional Committee, ETD 54, Marine Energy Conversion System, SSD is for service sector. So these you see MTD, ETD, these are the mnemonics of our departments. SSD is Service Sector Department, ETD is Electrotechnical Department, FAD is Food and Agriculture Department. Then AUYD is Ayush department. This Ayush is because recently all the committees are the recently constituted committees. Then under TED, the Transport Engineering Department, Road Safety Sectional Committee was recently, and then in the field of IT, the Brain Computer Interface Sectional Committee, which we had recently constituted. Standards developed by modern standards, so under electrical. This National Electrical Code of India, that is SP30. One thing which I forgot to mention, the documents which we are publishing are standards, but we give the two kind of nomenclature. One is IS and another one is SP. IS is Indian standards, and there are some documents to which we give the special publication, SP title. For example, this National Electrical Code, this is a special publication. This is SP30 2023, recently revised. Similarly, the civil people and architect people would be aware of the NBC is there, National Building Code, that is also a special publication. There are some specific special publications are there. When IS 17900 for lifts of transports, that was the recently published. 19014 for household electric cooking appliances performance requirements. 17896 for vehicle battery swap system. 1293 plugs and sockets. This was the existing standards revised. All the plugs and sockets have to comply to this. This is under mandatory certification as well. Then measurement of cycle life and energy density for advanced chemistry cells. 17882. This was recently published. In the field of electronics and IT, this first one standard is IS 18112. The TV as of now, which we are when we want to see through the cable or satellite, we are utilizing the set-top box to view those channels. With this standard, all the channels which are free to air means as of now only Doordarshan is providing free to air channels. So with the TVs which would be manufactured by as per this standard 18112, that won't require the set-top box. So and as of now, these have been also mandated. So from next year, April 2025, the standard, the TVs have to comply to this standard. So all the TVs could be utilized to view the free-to-air channels. Specifically, as of now, only Doordarshan's channels or the All India Radio or the radio channels without using the set-top box. The dish, that will still be there, only the set-top box part would not be there. That has been embedded within the TV again. So that is for that part. Then this is 27001 for the security or information security management system standard 2022 revised one. Then 16333 part 3 2022 in your mobiles this will be still a mark, a registration mark would be there, and 16333 would be there also. All the mobile phones have to have the reading capability of all the 22 scheduled languages which are in our constitution. So this standard gives you those requirements as well as the chart and the keyboard layouts, that how that to be utilized. This is there. So 18058, the SCADA systems to be used, the standard has been recently published, and then 17802, accessibility of ICT products. All the ICT products, how the persons who could not, I would say, have the disabilities, some kind of disabilities, for them, what could be the specific requirements so that these are accessible to them. The standard is in that line. And next one standard, 24662, that is also a standard which was proposed by India to the Artificial Intelligence Sectional Committee and published in 2022, that big data and analytics. So I get to know that there are also many data capturing projects are going on. So, but how to ultimately utilize those through big data analytics? So this standard provides the guidance for it to that. Then for food and agriculture, we have some standards. One, food serving utensils made from agri byproducts, point of use water purification system for arsenic reductions, equipment for manufacturers of fortified rice kernel, that all the rice which is there have to be fortified now, that the requirements is there. This standard is providing requirements for those. Consortia for microbial incomplants, mixed biofertilizer incomplants, those standards are there. These are some important ones. All the list you can check on the BS website as well. The standard of the week, standard of the month, we were providing recent, whatever the standards were recently published, that information is given there. Similarly, in the chemical field, the electronic detonator, the portable field testing kit for consent testing of drinking water, the standard was recently published. Then petrochemical area, ethanol as a fuel in ignition for powered vehicles, ethanol, we have the push from the government as well, the mixing of ethanol. So this is for that purpose. Then assessment of biodegradable plastic in variant. The biodegradable plastic, the term used everywhere now, but whether actually that is biodegradable or not, so that's mentioned there. If you see, it's T is mentioned. That is another thing. It's not a T's. Sometimes we mention when we are sure that requirements, they are just for the illustrative purpose as of now. That's not a final, because still more R&D is required. That's a temporary. Standard is there, but temporary. It has to be after 2 years. 2 years. After 2 years, it either have to be converted into a final standard based on the R&D or to be withdrawn. Then synthetic methanol specifications and recycled rubber. This is for the petrochemical. Then similarly for the textile and civil standards for the medical textiles, medical respirators, protective clothing, polymer cavies for coastal and waterway protection. This is just for the textiles, the recently published standard. And civil engineering, the recently revised related to the Portland limestone cement, UPVC profiles for windows and doors. Then 15026, tunneling in rock masses. This was the recent standards related to the civil one. And then the mechanical field, we have this non-electric cooling cabinet made of clay, recent one. Hand pumps, solar photovoltaic water pumping system, methanol coke stoves, and ethanol coke stoves, 18380. These were the recent standards in the field of mechanical. Then standards which are important and under development in different fields. In the electrical, we have the guidelines for reuse of secondary batteries. Shabil sir, can add if anything to be added to here. And then we have the battery management systems, BLDC motors.
The reuse of secondary batteries are mainly for sustainability point of view. We have taken this subject because all the batteries are having chemicals and all we have to reuse them. Then second, we are having electric household appliances. These are the daily use appliances which we are having. All the appliances are to be compliant as per IS 302 we are having, and various parts of that IS 302, and DPIIT government has notified these all the parts of this standard 302 under mandatory certification also. So very soon they will be coming under mandatory certification. As she already told you about the WTO TBT point in earlier slides. So in WTO TBT it has been notified. Then we have battery management system of EV. Many of the cases have been recently reported of fire in the EV vehicles of two-wheeler, three-wheelers. So main reason was that of BMS system only, battery management system. So we are formulating standard for BMS also. Then requirements of for BLDC motors. This is again for sustainability and environmental point of view, that efficiency is being increased of all our fans and motors. BLDC, the brushless DC motors are being used now. Then grid integration. Many of the electrical engineers are using IEEE standards. So we are going to adopt IEEE also. So 1467 is the IEEE standard related to grid integration. Then UVC devices for ingression of harmful bacteria and all those things. These are the latest and new technologies we are going to adopt in electrotechnical department. Yes.
Then in the field of electronics or IT, as already explained, that we had in our SNAP as well some of the areas mentioned, the IoT device security standard that we are developing and is expected to be published within this year. Then X-ray baggage inspection systems that we see everywhere. The standard is already there. Now standard is being revised for the specification for the X-ray baggage inspection system. That's artificial intelligence guidelines for AI applications. This is recently published. Now, but what now we are taking on there is that these were the guidelines for AI applications in journal. Now, from the last year, with the news of the ChatGPT and then Bard and the Gemini, there is a buzz related to generative AI as well. So now we already proposed at ISO level that what should be specific guidance if anyone is going to develop or use generative AI applications. That is also now we have proposed there at ISO level, and soon it would be I would say the approved, and then development process would start. Then geographic information land administration domain model. I believe in 2022 geospatial policy was published by Government of India. Based on that and what all kind of standards would be required to utilize the geospatial informations in different domains, the standards are being developed, and this is one of the standard in that domain only, that specifically for the land administrators. If we see the properties, the registry number, the I would say that for different states, Khatna number and all different numbers are there, they're mentioned there. So how that can be also standardized, and through the use of the geospatial information that could be unified. In most of the states now, a unique ID to each and every property is also given. So these would be kind of based on those standards and specifications. Then the data governance and management practices, that all the organizations which are using data for the different purposes, how to adequately govern that data and how to manage that data, because data management in itself is a process. Now with the privacy law being there, the privacy aspects have to be also taken care of, security aspects are already there. So how those things need to be taken care. For those we have developing a document for the data governance and management practices. Then these are some of other departments of BIS, the water resources, dam break, failure analysis, downstream flow to maintain ecological balance, documents are for related to that, guidelines for performance monitoring and surveillance of hydraulic structures, recommendations for structural design of adit gates, measurement and control of sediments in natural lakes guidelines. These are under development. I'm just informing you for information. I'm not of this field, so I cannot give you further details related to this. Then similarly for the textiles, firefighters' hood, surgical structures, PVC coated tensile fabric, and geotextile tubes for coastal and waterway protection. These are the under development documents. And the civil standards are there related to protective helmets, headphones for bicycles, skateboards, dry mixed package concrete, structure glazing sealant, disposable type fire extinguisher of aerosol type, ultra fine fly ash, design and construction of combined pile raft foundations, and continuous hot dip galvanized steel bars for concrete reinforcement. These are related to the important one for the civil. And then for Ayush, everything is under development because being the recent sector. These are some important subjects: the health and wellness service requirement, single herbs to be used in Ayush systems, terminologies. As I informed in the morning that whenever we are going in area, specific terminologies are the first one to be defined. Then yoga accessories, yoga attire, SOPs for naturopathy therapies, quality and safety of pharmaceutical equipments. These are the areas under Ayush 1. Then these are the similar numbers. This is the 11 secretariat. So just like then the BIS sectional committees are there and BIS officer is the member secretary, we are holding that secretariat and you are a member. At ISO-IC level also there is a one secretariat and this is assigned to one particular country, and BIS holds the secretariat of these 11 committees. One is the ISO TC 113 hydrometric determinations, ISO TC 113 SC1, SC is the subcommittee. Subcommittee 1, velocity area methods, ISO TC 113, again under that SC6, sediment transport, then ISO TC 332, technical committee 332, security equipment for financial institution and commercial organizations, ISO IC JTC 1 7, ISO IC JTC 1 is joint technical committee. ISO and ISC both have a joint technical committee in the field of information technology, and under that SC7 software and system engineering is the committee which is secretariat with BIS. Then ISO TC 34 SC7 food products, spices, condiments and culinary hubs. Then TC 146 SC1 air quality stationary source emissions, TC 120 leather, and the SC1 of 120 is raw hides and skins including pickled pelts, SC2 tan leather and SC3 leather products. So these are the committees. The secretariat is with VDRS. Based on your contributions, we can have the more and more secretariat as well. Once we have the secretariat, so we are the nodal point for all the inquiries related to this, for the development of standards, management of the committees, management of the meetings of that. So for these 11, we have the secretariat. One thing which I just add, that just like ISO IC JTC 1 is there for the IT, recently ISO IC JTC 3 has been established that in the field of quantum. For the quantum technologies, for standards to be developed, the JTC 3 has been recently constituted, work is yet to be started. The secretariat, chairpersonship, all these things are being finalized, and once that will settle it, then we will take up the membership and start contributing. For anyone having the field of research in the quantum, be happy to contribute to those. So this is related to SNAP. Most of things we have mentioned that these are if you mentioned that 34 sectors are there and 138 fields and 533 subjects are there, which if the page would have loaded, we will show you there only. That these are the areas. Based on that, we have finalized our SNAP 2020 to 2027. So why we have developed the standard action plan? One thing was very to be clear is that if we have a plan, then it's easy to implement and be in the right direction to go ahead. So whatever we are doing, we will be doing based on national priorities. So we have defined the national priorities there in the standard national action plan to take into account whatever emerging technologies are there, and to enhance the part stakeholders. So the stakeholders are aware that these are the areas for which for sure in the next 5 years the standards would be developed. So based on that, the participation would be more focused and more, I would say, effective, and as well as the to integrate it with the work with the international standardization area. These were the major, I would say, the background through which the standard national action plan was mentioned. And one thing you will see in the first one, that to implement the INSS. INSS, the Indian National Strategy for Standardization, which was published by Ministry of Commerce. Based on that, standard action plan are developed by Bureau of Indian Standards. So this is the second one in that series. Earlier we had for till 2022. So this is a new initiative which we already informed you through the BS website. Most of things are online commenting, draft standard proposals, review of standards, and the engagement of consultant, R&D. These most of the things we have informed. Strategic roadmap is one thing which I have not mentioned. Just like we have the SNAP, in the same line, all the division councils have also developed their strategic roadmap for the 5 years. That what, based on that SNAP and their consideration, what exactly in those areas they would be developing. So more drilling down of those based on the high level areas defined in the SNAP. So these are the what we initiative taking on, that MOUs with eminent institutes, apart from IITs, NIT also we are having MOUs. To promote that we have one nation, one standard. There are other SBOs as well which would be developing the standards, but being the national standards body, we utilize their standards and make it that for each and every product there is only one standard. And then R&D we already cover up, and then main thing which Roy sir and R.S. Singh sir had informed you, that include the standardizations in the curriculum with this undergraduate and postgraduate courses, so that students are aware of all these things from the very beginning. So that was more related to this, that just be involved in all this process, all these committees. You can now identify the committees in which you want to contribute, and then be a member, and we can have the further collaboration based on that. I think that was all, and we can proceed to the next one. Submit.
Any query?
Organic products. I think we can utilize that keyword facility right now we have. Ahmed, if we can go to that know your standards keyword search. As far as I remember, some discussions were going on there. I'm not sure whether it is there. We can just check that. And meanwhile,
A new management system is evolving on organic farming management system. That is in the evolving stage. And it is a new trend now, new evolved subject.
by keyword, just search organic if something is coming up. Organic.
Organic product.
It's not have, still have picked up only ORGA, and it's not have picked.
There is one thing, organically produced food products, something like that.
Just go above.
Produce food products, this one.
No.
This one.
This one, organically produced food products, Part-2 animal waste, 16650/2021. So something is there. Other standard, you could say this is FID 22. Now from this you have picked up that if there would be something, for it would be this FID 22. So from that program over, you can see whether any document is under development in FID 2022, because this keywords and this facility is only for the standards which are published one. For under development, you have to see from the program of work whether it's still under development or not. Yes, ma'am.
Guidelines and ISO standards and GI standards have been mentioned. My general standards being utilized and they are accordingly who is testing, and as an end consumer, how do I need to identify that?
Ma'am, whether these are being utilized or not, there are two ways I would say. One is that if this is a product standard, then we would have a scheme related to certification of that. We can check on the BS website whether there are any licenses are there or not. If there are licenses and certification schemes are there, then for sure, then these are to be utilized through that scheme. The certification is there, then they are being utilized. Other way is just we get to through just like people you and through our committee members that they are being utilized from their own, but not as a certification scheme. They are utilizing on their own without taking any certification because those are not in mandatory certification. So this is the information, Roy sir, if you want to add.
I want to add something. As we have searched this standard, in scrolling down you will see here the licenses. Here 0 licenses are there. Similarly, we are having laboratories there. So 0. This product, this standard is not being used at present, but in their research work, in their study, industry might use or any academia may be used.
But that information we don't have in this as of now. That's what we are also trying to capture through all these interactions that if sir be there. Sir want to add.
See, as far as food products are concerned, basically the food products are looked after by FSSAI. They are the authority for the food products. But certain products, certain food products which are meant for public health and safety. For example, infant, milk, this processed cereal based foods, usually given for infants. Those are under the compulsory certification of BIS because it directly comes under the safety of the baby, whatever it is. And like food colors, these are also under the compulsory certification of BIS. But normally all the food and food products, they are looked after by FSSAI. Okay. Now, as far as whether any licensee or something, whether you want to know the genuineness, suppose you buy that product from the market, okay, and it has got some ISI mark. Suppose for food colors you buy it from the market. It has got definitely the ISI mark, and below that ISI mark you have a license number, CM/L-, there is a 10-digit license number. And on the top of the ISI mark you will get the IS number, Indian standard against which the product is manufactured. Now if you want to know the genuineness of the product, there is a very simple method. You can directly go to the BIS Care app. You can download in your mobile from the Google Play Store. Just type the license number, whatever is written there. All the details will come in your mobile, if it is genuine. If it is not there, then nothing will come, and you can lodge a complaint with BIS also from the same app. From the same app itself, you can lodge a complaint with the BIS that I have purchased this food color bearing this ISI number, but it is found to be spurious, and my cash memo or something, whatever it is, you can upload also, and BIS will take necessary action as per the guidelines. This is the simple way you can see the genuineness of the product. In fact, not only food products, any product you purchase, ISI mark products, you can know the genuineness of the product through the BIS Care app, or even the hallmark jewelry also. You can know the genuineness of the hallmark jewelry if you type that 6-digit AGUID number. It is a 6-digit alphanumeric number. You just type it on your mobile, all the details will come. All details you will get. The weight of the jewelry, the fineness of the jewelry, the name of the retailer from where you have purchased, the assaying and hallmarking center from where it has got hallmarked. Everything is there. So it is just the click of a button. Very easy. Is it clear? Thank you.
That's what sir was saying, that BIS Care app, all these features are available there. Even the standards which are in the compulsory certification that have to be taken in license, that could also be checked there, the list is there. Any further queries? Please.
Do you have any standards for prototypes?
Prototypes for what?
Like for any project, for example, during most of the things like that, we start doing projects. So we'll be at the prototype level. If you
Yeah,
do
but
undergrad or postgrad.
Understand, but prototype.
Maybe sir, we can take electronics.
No, I understood your query, but the thing is that it's either the prototype standard for the developing of a prototype or a specific prototype, because prototype is there, for example, you are developing that motors only, if you say, for end product we have a standard, but you are would be kind of doing R&D and improving some existing things. So for that, based on those prototype development, standard may be revised or a new standard would be there. So, but as of now, as far as I remember, development of a prototype for those kind of process standard is not there, but it's a good, I would say, initiative that we can think of as well, that if we want to develop any prototype, so what are kind of processes and aspects that need to be taken care, that could be a thing to be taken care of standardization. You can, I think, we propose that as well on our website. Any further queries? Yes, ma'am.
You said in AI and data analysis, the guidelines have been formed. Can you just give a brief insight what kind of a guidelines being
Okay, so in that 5339 guidelines for AI applications, what we have mentioned is that taking the aspects of make, use and impact. Anyone would be making, using, and what would be impact of that. Taking that scenario, what need to be done, who are the stakeholders, where the that system is being deployed, what, when, where, when, how, why. These kind of questions we have put up for different characteristics of AI systems, and based on some questions have been developed when we are developing an AI application, that you see what is the system it is being rolled out as a the cloud-based system, or it's a hardware systems, and how it would be capturing data. So based on these, what, when, where, how, and make, use and impact, these are the major principles based on that applications guidance for AI applications have been provided in 5339. Maybe next, because this was published last month in ISO IC, within next to 2-3 months it would be available as an Indian standard as well. That process is already over, and then you can have a look into that published Indian standard as well, and you can download that standard.
currently international standards are available for AI application development?
There are many standards for AI already there at ISO IC. For AI, ISO IC JTC 1 SC42 is the committee, and corresponding LITD 30 in for artificial intelligence is the committee. I can provide you further details, maybe offline as well. If there are no further queries, I think when move quickly to the next some further details on the R&D. Most of the details we have provided, some details Shapil sir can just provide, and then we can have further queries. Sir, over to you.
I think almost all the points of R&D projects and TORs we have covered, and we have shown you on BI's website also how you can access and how you can participate in R&D. So this R&D not a fundamental research, this is empirical study only. We have to gather the data, we have to gather information only. This is not a fundamental research. This is once again. So secondary or primary data set verification only. We are doing this R&D work for development of standard. Any technology which is at, we may say, not at nascent stage, then we will take that subject for the development of standard, so that it can get easily matured. So, how do we propose to take it forward? So, approved projects are hosted on BI's website, and that eBIS, or we say Manak Online. In that below, we have shown you the tab of R&D work. In that R&D work, you will get all the details of the projects which we have hosted. You can shortlist it based on your technical departments. So, while hosting the projects or for R&D, we generally tell about terms of reference. What will be the requirement? What will be the task which will be given by BIS to the R&D project? So these R&D projects are allotted to the MOU institutes and the members of the committee only at present. So when any of you or from your organization or as a member will participate in R&D work, then you have to submit the 2-bid proposal in bidding process is there. Then we will having our review committee. Then that review committee will evaluate the proposal, and that committee is composed of our technical department, our technical committee, and our BIS officers. So first of all, you have to decide the possibility of R&D work, which we have already shown to you. If you are interested in that subject, kindly go through the TOR which has been hosted and review the scope of that subject. And what are the basic guidelines and summary of that R&D projects are that it is we have limited the upper expenditure of around 10 lakh rupees. That is the maximum amount which we can at present fund for these R&D projects. If any project which is especially required some other work, we can distribute to other participants also in other parts also. Then the time period is fixed, which is 6 months, and we have published all those research work, then TORs, then eligibility also to only academic institutions and universities and colleges. We are having MOU and all the members of the technical committees, and some of the eminent research institutes like BRC, ICR and CSIR institutes. Then the process of granting the R&D work will be at that same. You have to apply through portal only. Then after that you have to submit to envelope bid system. Then one is technical and financial. Then how much amount and how much work which will be required by your organization only as an individual. Then research evaluation committee will evaluate the proposals which will be chaired by the BIS officer, DDG sir, and will be 2 experts from technical committee members. Then they will evaluate what are the technical requirements which we have posted through TORs, and what are the proposal submitted by you, how that will be coordinating. Then the date and time, the time duration will be mentioned by you only, that at which how many days you will be submitting at what stage of the projects, and that requirement of TOR which related to time period. Then issue of financials will be like first installment will be of 30% maximum, then second will be of 50%, and rest of the amount will be after the progress and submission of the final reports of the project. This is a template of TOR which we have already shown to you. If you want to submit any other subject which we have not hosted, you want that subject to be R&D to be done R&D by any other institute or any other member of the committee, then you can also propose a TOR term of reference for that R&D project, and the template for that is that what is the background, why it will be required, then scope, that you want to study or you want revision of any standard. Then what will be the expected deliverable by the R&D work. Then so what is the outcome you need. Research methodology, whether it will be a literature survey or literature study, then testing will be there involved, or any other requirement will be there. So this is a research methodology you have to mention in the TOR. Then requirement of the person who want to be engaged as a researcher work. Then in which field he should have an expertise, what type of experience he or she should have, and what work he has been done, and these all things are the requirements which have to be mentioned in the terms of reference for granting the R&D project. Then timelines and method, same. What are the timelines and for the expected deliverables in stage wise, means you have to mention whether in 1 month they have to submit a literature survey report, then testing results, then draft of the document, and any other comparison reports with the international or national journals. These all timelines and progress report have to be mentioned in the TOR report itself. Then support which is expected from BIS is to be mentioned in the TOR again. Then what type of standards or journals you want from BIS, or any testing infrastructure you want to explore of BIS testing labs. We are having at present we are having 8 labs of BIS. So if you want to explore the testing facilities of BIS, then you have to mention here also. This was the template for the terms of reference for which you want to propose the subject for R&D work. Yeah, that's it. Any question?
This we will show you on the website again, where all this information is there. We already mentioned it that R&D projects is there. Just go to the
Next.
this R&D projects. Here all this information is there. Even the guidelines, the click to view is there. And this this guidelines for R&D project here also. The guidelines which the brief was given in the PPT. That all the major guidelines is there, and the format in which this proposal has to be submitted if we want to take up any of the R&D projects listed here. That is also in the annexure C and D. If we can open the guidelines for the R&D project. Just go down. How we are internally approving all the information, the research evaluation committee, technical evaluation, financial evaluation, all these things are mentioned here, as well as the format annexure. This is annexure A, right? So this is the annexure C, different one. This is the technical proposal, which you have to provide the technical proposal as well as the financial proposal. So technical proposal has, based on the terms of reference which is given there, based on that, this technical proposal have to be submitted by that respective faculty or the research scholar who want to take. And then along with this, just go down, just show you that financial proposal is there. The financial, we are expecting that financial cost would be there. These two in two different envelope, in one envelope, the two envelope in a single bit would be there. The technical proposal and financial, this will be in two different envelope, and these two different envelope in a single envelope have to be sent to BIS. Just go to the R&D project website.
Previous tab.
Tab, next, previous tab. Just go little above. Yes. Here mention is that the technical and financial proposals shall be sent to Head Standards Coordination and Monitoring Department. Bureau of Indian Standards, this has to be submitted physically because this is a bid system. So anything you want to take up, the proposal should be sent to this address. And I think some queries and contact points. This is sppt@bis.gov.in. This is the nodal department who is be coordinating for all the R&D activities.
The submission is not through portal.
No, ma'am. This has to, hard copy has to be sent. The bidding system is there because financial.
No, this is
Yeah, bidding system.
all the projects now happen through EPFMS and then
Yeah, but that has not been as of now integrated into BI system because we have recently taken up that this R&D projects through bidding system. So as of now, this is offline only.
yeah, none of the DSP or any government proposal now ask for a hard copy submission.
Yeah.
All the proposal go through the soft copy plus through the EPFMS only the sanctioning also happens.
Yes, ma'am. That our relevant departments are already considering, but as of now, that is only that it has to be sent physical copy. Maybe subsequently it may be integrated into other systems for online submission as well. As of now, that is the status.
Is there any last date?
Yes, ma'am. For each and every project, last date is different. As of now, because as of now, this projects is 29th of Feb is the deadline. Once new projects would be there for them.
Proposal, can't they make it through the portal?
No, sir.
Portal or the
Only they can check what proposal is there, but the submission of proposal will have to be done physically as of now, and that has to be that from one institute for one R&D project there should be one proposal.
No, suppose they want to make a new proposal for R&D. Can't they send it through the portal?
No, sir.
No, sorry, say what TOR, new TOR.
Ah,
New TOR they can send through mail. Yes, they can send through mail.
they could be sent, but for that also ultimately, because the TOR is being developed through the sectional committees, so they have to be member of the committee. They have to become a member of that committee and then start proposing whatever R&D projects related to that standard activities could be taken care of. So that was main related to the R&D. This link and everything already shared with Anami sir previously. So I think information should be already there with some of the faculties. And this would be evolving as this way evolving exercise. More R&D projects would be there, and then for them deadline would be different. Actually, for all these projects, the deadline was initial deadline was 25th of January, but based on a request from the institutes that was extended, but now it's not going to be extended again. At present, that is status. For all other projects, now this institute would have already information, so they can start thinking of that whatever the internal process they would have to submit the R&D projects based on these terms of references. I think that was all related to R&D and overall. That how we can collaborate effectively with respect to the MOU, the group exercise that was before T were proposed. Some note points you have mentioned you would like to inform right now that would be fruitful for our discussions. Anyone would have done that. None. There was one quiz also that we were supposed to have it starting, but I was thinking that we will have it afterwards. Let's see, all of you were kind of awake also when we were providing all the information. Let's now go to that. BS, don't you know me? Just go one by one. So, in which year ISI, that is currently BAS, came into existence? 1947. Okay, let's see. Right. Just go to the next one. Under which Ministry of Government of India BIS comes? A. Okay, right. That's good. All of you were awake. Okay. Okay, now this one. In which capacity does India hold membership in ISO? Full, correspondent, subscriber, visiting.
You said founding member, but
Yeah, we are founding member, but memberships, I also mentioned this term. Only one term I have mentioned in this in brief. No, it's full. Just check the answer. Full member. We are full member. Actually, there are different kind of memberships. Correspondent member and subscriber member, and visiting member. Subscriber member, they are just subscribed. They will just get information. But full member, they participate in all the committees. They have the voting rights and all this information. That's we are full member in ISO. And under full membership, the T membership and O membership, that is concept of the committees. That in committee, we are T member or O member. Okay, in which organization represents India in ISO? That should be the easy one. Which organization serves as the WTO TBT inquiry point in India? C. D. C. Okay. Majority is for C. Okay. So I think you were sleeping at that time. WTO TBT inquiry point is BIS. It's mentioned in one of the slides as well. What is the primary objective of Bureau of Indian Standards? Control prices of commodities, developing and implementing quality standards, maintaining law and order. B or D? Okay, now you have to match which mark is for this. First we product certification mask. I'm giving you 1 minute. Just think of and then give me the answer.
I think 3. Third. Option 1.
Okay, let's see. See. Just one thing I will that in this B hallmark, this only BS logo is mentioned, but actually the hallmark is full logo, that 22K and then with that 6-digit HUID code as well. But for briefs, it is mentioned like that. Just next we go. Through which Act BIS is empowered to formulate Indian standards. C. Okay, that's good. BIS uses a specific numbering system. What is this IS? International Industry Inspection. Okay, now hierarchy, which mentioned, which is the correct sequence of hierarchy. Third and fourth. I'm hearing third and fourth both. Let's see. Standard Advisory Committee, then Regional Council, then Sectional Committee, and then Subcommittee, panel, working group, all these are there. How many Regional Councils? Okay. Which of one of not a function of Sectional Committee? C, I heard C. Other? Right. C is the right. Chairperson is appointed by the Division Council, the higher authority. So the principle for Indian standards. The consensus. Right. Okay. Now, who all are involved in development of Indian standards? And
Option 2.
let's see, we are hearing two. Right. Who among the following can propose subjects for developing Indian standards? BIS officers only? Ministries only? Let's see. Right. Next one. Okay, now true or false. Standards are dynamic in nature? True. Hallmarking scheme is run by Ministry of Heavy Industries? False. Oh, everyone is also weak. Anyone can comment on draft Indian standard? Anyone can comment on Indian standard? Okay, here you are confused because I missed that part. We mentioned you that you can provide your comments on the white submission draft, but apart from that, we have a tab of published standard as well. Here also you can go and provide your comments on the published standard as well. So anyone can. That's true. Okay. How often does BIS typically review its standards?
5.
Okay. Apart from 5, also I mentioned something else.
3.
For which area?
Electronics.
Electronics and IT both, right? Please, next one. Okay, standards are voluntary in nature, in which case BIS standards are mandatory. Standard is stipulated in a contract, referred in the regulations, or made mandatory by specific order of government. It was mentioned in somewhere in the slides. It was mentioned in the brief, not exact words. Okay. Again, C. Okay. Let's see. It's all. Okay. Type of standards. Which should be the correct option? Only A, B, and C.
3 options.
A, B and D. Option 3. See? That's all. If you have any questions now, that we can have resolved right now or afterwards as well. Okay, seeing none, then thank you. Thank you for listening.
Ma'am, Dean of Research and Development, to summarize the deliberations and give her remarks.
Good afternoon. So, respected Roy Sir Singh and the entire BIS team and dear colleagues. Indeed, it's a great opportunity for all of us to know the standards. All of us, I think all of you agree that you were knowing the BIS like a cloud. It is not no clarity. Though few of KLE Tech faculty are already part of BIS panel late metaverse. However, in general, like all of us together, we can make the difference to the entire standardization process. Plus, I was discussing with the officials in the morning, and how the entire country is gaining this momentum of making the quality consciousness among the students starting from primary to the college and then leading to the standardization process required for our own, which drives our own quality consciousness. I think that is indeed a very great start, and then it is all of our responsibility to invest some of our time as well as do few things with the students, maybe assignments, maybe a small course project or any way that you can influence the students and then contribute towards the entire process. There are large number of opportunities in all spectrum of your courses to contribute. So I appeal all the faculty to use this opportunity, and there is a funding, there is a ecosystem. You can also tie up with the startups that are there in CTI in your area, and then together you can actually make a proposal for the standardization, that whatever the area that you are working. So really it is a good opportunity for all of you to be part of this entire process as well as utilize this process towards the movement in our country. So I think we have this great opportunity. I appeal again to all faculty to use this, and thank you for educating us. Thank you.
I request Dr. Srinivas Desai, Professor, School of Computer Science, KLE Tech, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just saying thank you is very small, but still, as a protocol, let me present my vote of thanks. So, thank you very much for the entire team of BIS. I thank Shri Amit Roy sir, thank you Kshitish Batla sir, thank you R.R. Singh sir, as well as thank you very much for all the valuable inputs from Mohammed sir, and also thank you Ahmed, who always consistently in touch with our team and then made this event possible. So thank you very much for educating us in this dimension of Indian standards. At this moment of time, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir for providing all the encouragement and support to conduct this kind of workshops. I thank our Registrar sir, Professor Arami sir. I thank our Dean R&D, Dr. Uma Mudenigudi madam, for her consistent support as well as the guidance. I thank Dean Academic, Professor P.G. Tewri sir, and also I thank our beloved Executive Dean, Professor B.L. Desai sir, for all his directions as well as the follow-up throughout the process. And I thank all my Dean faculty members, HODs of all the schools and the departments and the centers, as well as I thank all my colleagues, faculty colleagues, with their busy schedule, still they try to make out this and attended this particular workshop. So thank you all my colleagues. I thank all my full-time research scholars as well as all the PhD scholars for attending this particular workshop, and all the students, the delegates from different colleges associated with our KLE Tech. Thank you very much. And I also thank our supporting staff like InfoCell and the construction and maintenance cell for supporting to conduct this particular workshop. And last but not the least, I thank the Professor Shuling Desai sir as well as his team, Professor Hombalimat sir and all his team. I also thank our librarian Dr. Kattimani, who supported for this particular workshop. So thank you one and all. Please excuse me if I have missed someone. So thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
The certificate for all the participants will be emailed as soon as possible. I request everyone to kindly stand up for the national anthem.
Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Uttara, Banga, Vindhya, Himachal, Yamuna, Ganga, Uchchala, Jaladhi, Taranga, Tava Shubha Name Jage, Tava Shubha Ashish Mange, Gahe Tava Jaya Gatha, Janagana Mangala Dayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata, Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya He, Jaya 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 He.
Today, I request you all to join for the lunch arranged outside.
Thank you.